master, guidance counselors, faculty members, coaches, and last but not least, the most feared man walking the corridors of Watertown High School, Mr. Joe Gooden. Whenever I seen Mr. Gooden, it was like questions. Where you going, Sacca? Why aren't you in class? Why are you on this floor? And so on and so on. But honestly, it was for a reason, and that's because he truly cared about you. Thanks again, Mr. Gooden. Playing hockey at Watertown High School was truly an honor. I cannot express what a privilege it was to play for head coach Dick Umili, assistant coach Jack Gardner, and assistant coach Art Venezia. My senior season, our team was led by head coach Jim Travers, assistant coach John Velakis, and assistant coach John Penzone. We did not qualify for the postseason that year, but the job that coaching staff did this season with only 3 returning players from the previous season was a memorable one. I started as a freshman watching games, and to be able to go into the Watertown Arena and be there with 500 and 700 fans every game and watch players such as Sean Reel, Freddie Coleman, Joe McGinnis, Jack Cosworth, and Chris Velakis, who in my eyes is the best I've ever witnessed to put on a Watertown jersey. Those were the types of hockey players that inspired me not to disappoint the community when my opportunity came. During my hockey days at Watertown High School, I was able to be a part of 3 state tournaments, 2 Middlesex League champions, and achieving #1 high school hockey team in the state in February of 1985, who I believe could be arguably the best team in the Watertown history. Playing football for Watertown High School was the ultimate. Going back to when I was a spectator back in the 70s and early 80s, being at games during the decades of the 70s, when there would be thousands of people packing Victory Field, how could you not want to be part of it? Such tradition. When I started playing football at Watertown High School in 1983, it was also quite a privilege. Not only was that team a Middlesex League champion, but as in hockey, it had some players that you could look up to and learn from, such as Billy Gagnon, Joey Connors, Denny Flory, Tim Connors, Brian and John Lenahan, Mark Messina, and Frank Dennison. I would like to thank my assistant coaches during my career there, Mike Barbady, John Pappas, Dom Lally, Al O'Hara, and Kelvin Eng. When you mention Watertown High School football to me, 2 names come to mind, and that's Coach John Barbady and Coach Leo Harrington. What those 2 have meant to me is more than football. They taught me what it was like to be a teammate, taught me courage, how to prepare, respecting your opponents, structure, discipline, toughness, both mental and physical. Simply put, that football is a way of life. Thank you for not only being my coach, but more importantly, the distinct honor of calling you my friend. Thank you both very much. When I left Watertown High School, I always wanted to be at some point in my life get into coaching, and I have, and it's been awesome. I have been so fortunate enough to continue to coach high school football since 1993 and been coaching high school hockey since 1988. The life lessons that I've learned from my coaches throughout my high school career was so impactful on my life that I felt that it was only fitting to stay involved in athletics as a coach and give back what was given to me as a player. I am so fortunate to say I'm currently coaching football at Belmont High with one of my best friends, Kevin Gilday, since 2005, and coaching high school hockey at Winchester High since 2001. I have my table over here of my assistant coaches and my staff at Belmont. I love you all very much. Kevin Carlson, Dick Quigley, John Hartunian, and George Lowe. Tonight is not only a special night for me, but is also special for my former teammates. Without their hard work and loyalty, I would not be up here. You as a teammate and friend, the commitment, the joy, the laughter, the blood, the sweat, and the tears we shared through our days together at Watertown High School are unmatched, and I will treasure forever. We were, are, and always will be a family. I truly love each and every one of you. Thank you so much. At this time, I would like to take a moment to recognize some of them. Marky K and Tommy Del Razzo, my football captains, unbelievable. I can't say enough. Thank you. Wayne Sutherland, Kevin Carlson, Kevin Gilday, Tom McNeil, Sandy Campbell, John Forbes, Steve Cashin, Tim Duffy, Tom Egan, Mike Venezia, Dennis Murphy, John Campbell, Billy Francione, John Kazosian, John Leitner, Bob Cashin, Rich Cashin, Al Maitino, John Burke, Dave Grant, Tom Caterina, and last but not least, Steve Moore. And also I'd like to thank, as I call the 4 Benedict Arnolds that left Watertown High School, as I don't know why they did, but Dave Gooden, Tim Reel, Paul Delaney, and my best friend, Chris Delaney. I thank you for your support. Even though you left Watertown High, you were always there supporting us in the stands, and I thank you very much. I know you played in your games and you had 20 people watching the game, so you like to come to ours when there's 300. Now to move over to my family. To Zach and Slater, thank you so much for coming tonight. You are and always will be a special part of my life. I personally want to thank you both for not only allowing me, but accepting me in your life. I love you both very much. To my sister-in-law, Jeannie, you've always been special to me. Any one time I need to talk to someone, you're always there for me, Jeannie. Thank you. To my brother, Glenn, down in sunny Florida, thanks for being my big brother and always being there for me whenever I needed something or needed someone to talk to, and always being the one to keep me humble. And a few times bouncing my head off the hallways and tell me I need to get tougher. I love you, Glenn. To my brother, Mike, I cannot thank you enough for being my biggest supporter and my #1 fan. I always wanted to give it the best for you, brother Mike. I cannot think of anyone that prepared me more for athletics than you. I am so lucky and proud to call you my brother. I love you, Mike. To my beautiful mother, you have always been there for me ever since I was a little child. The sacrifices that you have made in your life to allow me to participate in athletics through the years, I cannot ever thank you enough, Mom. I can remember Bob Caprillion asking me who my hero was, and without a blink of an eye, my response was my mother. Mom, in my eyes, you are the true Hall of Famer. Thank you, and I love you very much.
Congratulations, Dean. Our next